Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Purpose and Plans. I'm Brashana Miller, and today I'm going to be giving you a peek inside how I set up my brand new planner with functional sections that actually support my real life, from meal planning and habits to YouTube and family things. All of the sections that I'm going to be showing you in my planner shows you how I use it to actually help me stay on track without feeling overwhelmed. So let's walk through it together. All right, so as you can see, I have a new planner. I am really excited about this planner. If you looked at any of my previous videos, I was using a different planner. I had a Filofax planner that I actually love. I am only just a few days into this planner, maybe about 3 days in. And so, of course, so far, so good. I love it. And I'm really excited to show you the new planner and how I am using it. So first off, this is an Aura Estelle planner. If any of you all are familiar with Aura Estelle, she has some beautiful products. I actually have a couple of other Aura Estelle products. Here's one of the other Aura Estelle products I have. You've seen this maybe in some other videos. And this is where I keep my vision affirmation journal and my Leuchtturm notebook. But I really love Aura Estelle products. And so this is my third Aura Estelle purchase. I have two planner covers of Aura Estelle like this. These are I think the Perfect Fit or Cloud Cover planners. Honestly, I can't remember the actual type, but I have two of these, this beautiful light purple one, and I'm still using this one. I also have a red one that I generally use for fall and holiday time. So now I have a new personal planner. I switched from my Filofax to this beautiful Aura Estelle. This is the Chloe planner, and it's a personal size. And this planner is in the foxglove pink color. So very beautiful. And I actually love it. I'm really in love with this color. I've said that probably 1,000 times already. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I'm using my planner as far as the different sections that I have in my planner, and also just let you look at the new planner that I have so you can see how I'm using it, the sections that I have in my planner that I use on a daily basis or monthly, depending on what section it is, and how it just helps me to stay organized and keep things functional. One time when I was doing planning like a couple of years ago, I fell off because I was getting caught up in a lot of the decor and looking at all of the stickers and all of the things that make it beautiful. And I found that I was spending a lot of time setting up my decor for the week and not focusing as much on planning, to the point that I felt like planning was just taking way too long. So I had to change how I approach planning. And as you know, if you've been here for a few, I am really big on functional planning. I love decor, I love washi, I love highlights, I love stickers, I love it all, but that is not the intent of this planner. I do like to bring some level of aesthetic, but I do make sure that I'm focused on what I really need to be doing in my planner and not so much just trying to make it look pretty. So speaking of pretty, here's that beautiful, pretty planner. I'm really excited about this planner. It's gorgeous. And this pink is just gorgeous. I absolutely love it. And I think it is beautiful. This croc planner it feels really good. It's soft. And one of the things that I do like about this planner is it has some, it has structure, but it's also very pliable as well. And I like that. I like squishy planners. I like it to feel good in my hands and something that I can squeeze and it gives. So this planner is just really, truly, I believe, pretty much perfect. And so let's go ahead and jump right in. I'm still breaking in my planner a little bit. Like I said, I've been in this for maybe 3 days, so it has some breaking in to do. but here it is. And I've transferred some decor into this planner just so that it's nice. I am still in the midst of making a few changes, but for now, so I'm very happy with the way things are currently set up. So I love that they have these horizontal pockets on the left. There's 5 horizontal pockets and then a larger pocket for other things. And then they also have this pocket here on the inside if you want to, slide some letters or something in there. I generally don't use these type of pockets that much because it's really hard to get stuff in there up against the rings, but it is it is still a functional slot that you can use. And then in the back, they have a larger pocket here. As you can see, you can put stuff in there. And there's a larger pocket in the back, which I'm going to show you what I have back here as well. And of course, one of the great things and signature things about the RSL planner is that it comes with an adjustable snap closure. So if you have things where your planners may be getting a little chunky or you need to adjust so that it can close with your pens, you can slide this snap closure in and out of these different slots to give you more space. And I love that quite a bit. And the color is just gorgeous. I love the two-tone, the contrast of these colors. I think this just makes the planner pop out. And it gives you, at least me, it gives me the enjoyment of having a nice bold color and a nice soft color when I open it up. So I love the contrast, the stitching. And I also love the gold rings. These are Kraus rings, and you can't see it here, but it is engraved on here, and it does say Kraus, and these are supposed to be very top of the line rings. And I'm just going to show you the different sections, functional sections that I have in my planner. This is not so much to say this is what you should have, the functional sections you should have in your planner, because our lives are different and what I need versus what you need is going to be different. However, I hope that this would inspire you to have a planner that is functional, and you can take what I'm going to show you here and see how you can incorporate it into your planner system that will help you stay functional and on top of things and feel like you have a handle on things so that you can have an organized life and really focus on the things that matter. So the first section that I have in my planner that I believe is a great functional section to have is a yearly overview section. And I have each of my sections labeled. Now I have here just calendar because that's just what it is. It's just a calendar section. And so these are the Filofax inserts that I have received a while back. So I have the 2025 and I just highlight. I am really big on highlighting. If I don't use washi or stickers, you will definitely see that I'm always highlighting because I can just easily, grab a highlighter and they're always available. It takes no time versus stickers. I'm looking to see where it should go and making sure that it's positioned properly and not crooked, and it just takes more time. But it's important, I think, to have an overview section. I have a yearly overview section here. These are provided by Filofax. This is great just when you want to take a quick look at something, what day it is, if you're out, you're running errands. I highlight the month that we're currently in, and as we go to the next month, then I will highlight June. So I use my highlighters to help me stay on track of what month it is. Usually I don't have a problem with that, but this is what I do as far as keeping up with the months. I have the holidays on this side. I like to stay on top of the holidays, and actually I need to update that. So I'm just going to update this. I'll pull this out really quick, and I'm just going to update this because I'm a little behind. And here's another area that I keep in my calendar yearly overview section is a yearly fold out from Filofax. And I actually do use this fold out quite a bit. I track various things on here. It could be days off from school. It could be days that the school was closed, whether it's a snow day or it was a professional development day for teachers. This is a great functional section, I think, to have in your planner where you can see at a glance what you have going on, what you have coming up. It's helpful to have a yearly overview section in your planner. The next section that I have in my planner is a to-do section. Now, this section is very flexible. I talk about being flexible, but yet having structure because we like structure in our lives, but we are living lives and things do change. And so my to-do section is also a very flexible section that I have. So one of the things that I keep in my to-do section are task reminders. This is just a trigger list that I have. And then I have the to-dos inserts, and I will use these to-dos. Now, I don't put every single to-do on this insert that I have going on. It really depends on what I actually feel like putting on this insert. However, I think it's important to just note that having a to-do section, a place where you're capturing either monthly tasks, you have a master task list, or weekly task, daily task, or even if you want to use your to-do section as a brain dump area for different things you have going on, a to-do list is, I think, a very functional section to have in your planner so that you don't forget the things that you need to actually do. So the way I use my to-do section is I will write down different to-dos, and I like to be resourceful. I don't like to waste paper. So if I haven't used up all the to-dos, I will highlight the area where I'm starting a new week so that I know that these are the remaining to-dos that I have going on, and I can continue to use the paper. My to-do list is a very flexible to-do list. This is not all of the things that I need to do, but these are generally the things that I'm working on or want to accomplish at some point in the near future. And then I have my monthly section. So this is where I map out each month, whether it's appointments, key dates, or things that I just want to be mindful of. I also keep on the side here because these again are Filofax inserts. And so because they have the month in a list view as well, which I really like, I put that's for my kids because I don't want my planner to get overly crowded and cluttered with things. So I find ways to use this where it's easy on my eyes. I can see exactly what it is that I need to see, even if there's a lot of information. The layout of this monthly insert helps me to see what I need to see without spending a lot of time trying to figure out what it is, what information I'm looking for. So this only contains events, appointments, and high level activities or things like that that we need to do. So this just is a great monthly calendar where I can map out each month and stay on top of the things that I want to be mindful of. The next section that I keep in my planner is the weekly section. So this is where I spend the bulk of my time. This is truly the heartbeat of my planner. It is where I manage life. It is in this schedule section. This is where I pretty much live. It's where I manage my tasks. It's where I manage my priorities, my week, and I also include some other things in there. So as you can see, and these are also Filofax inserts, which I do love. So I plan my week on a weekly spread, a week on 2 pages, and that works for me. I really like seeing my week at a glance. I'll only put the things that I absolutely know that I need to do or things that I plan to do. So I will take things from my to-do section. I will look here. I will also look on my brain dump list. Having a weekly section is really great for being able to stay on task and truly just not get caught off guard. I don't know about you, but I really don't like when things just pop up and I have to alter my schedule. And it does happen, but it's things that I really cannot control. But for the most part, the things that I know that I can actually do, plan, control, and manage, those are the things that are here. So I will write down events, birthdays, important dates, as well as tasks that I need to keep up on, as well as any goals tasks that I might need to work on. And so I just will write down the things that I need to do. There is no rhyme, rhythm, or reason why something is on the left or something is on the right. I just write it down. I'm going to update this because these are inserts from last year from a planner that I bought. And so I did not update the date. So let's do that now. So I will just put everything there, and it works for me. Maybe some people would feel like they need to have appointments in one place and tasks in another place. The purpose of being functional is you need to know what works for you and not go with what other people show online or what looks pretty. You should go with what works for you. And what works for you is what's functional for you. And as I go throughout my week, I will go ahead and highlight what I've accomplished. And if there's something that I did not do, I will not highlight it, and then I will move on to the next day. And this has truly been helpful. This has brought me a lot of peace. It takes off anxiety. It helps me to know what is going on when I've done something. And that makes a huge difference in how I'm able to stay organized and really focus on things that are important for that particular day. The next section that I have in my planner is my trackers section. I keep a trackers section in here, and this is for habits and recurring tasks that I want to keep up with, whether it's weekly or monthly. But I will keep a tracker in here. For me, I find that tracking the things that are necessary or important for what it is that I need in my life, those are the things that you want to focus on in your planner when you want to make sure that you're being functional and your sections in the planner are serving you and not just providing some level of aesthetic. So I keep a step tracker in here. I also keep a monthly tracker in here. And so I also like to keep the previous month tracker in my planner because depending on what I did last month will also remind me of what I need to do this month. So trackers are a really great way to keep up with things that you want to make sure that you are doing throughout the month. You want to have a tracker, whether it's just a monthly tracker, weekly tracker. I think you just should have a tracker that helps you stay on top of the things that you need to manage and things that you know you need to do throughout the month or throughout the week or even the day. I also keep a weekly tracker in my planner. What I like to do is the things that I'm tracking on a weekly basis, I will use that insert and put it inside of my weekly section. I will put the tracker in the week like this so that if there are things that I absolutely know that I want to do, I want to make sure that I'm staying on top of it throughout the day, then I will put that here. And it helps me because the Final Facts inserts don't come with a tracker. And at one point I was trying to track at the top, but it was just getting to be too messy. So I just go ahead and slide this in the middle of the week. And that way, if I'm on this side of the week, then I have all of those things. And plus, because I'm in my planner every single day throughout the day, then I can see what are the things that I know that I should be doing and need to check off. And these are reminders for me as I'm going throughout my day. So that's how I use my trackers. So I do have a tracker section, but I use my weekly tracker in the middle of my schedule to stay on top of those things. And then when I am done with that section, with this tracker, then I will go ahead and then put that tracker in the back because I'm no longer using it. I will put that tracker right here in the back because I'm done with it. And then that way I can go ahead and then grab a new tracker. The other insert that I keep inside of my weekly section is a spending in order tracker. Now I have a separate finance/budget planner that I use. Now, this is my budget planner. This is a Filofax personal size, a Saffiano, and I keep all things budget in here. But because I want to track my spending and orders throughout the week, instead of me having to go to a different planner, I keep just the spending and order tracker in the middle of my week. And that way I can write down the things that I have bought and it keeps me on top of my spending. So when I'm done with this, then I will take this sheet out and then I will put it inside of my budget planner. But to make sure I'm staying on top of my spending, I will go ahead and put that here in the middle of my week. And it makes it very easy. And I find this to be super functional for me right now is to have my weekly schedule. I have a to-do list of things that I want to stay on top of so that I'm not having to constantly flip back and forth. And then I keep up with my weekly spending. So the next section that I want to show you is my home section. So my home section is a place where I track things for my home, meals that I have to prepare, groceries, home projects, family things, and even things for my bird. Yes, I have a bird. So this is my home section. I have a cleaning schedule that I need to fill out. I track projects in the home section. So things that I'm doing in the home that will go here as well. Master grocery list, things when I want to plan out meals or need to restock up on some things, lunchbox ideas for my daughter. And on here, I don't have it, but I have this page flag. I will just write out a meal plan for the week and I will put that here as well. There are also times when I will just put my meals on the bottom here of the weekly section. The other section I keep in my planner is my purpose and plans section. So this is where I track my YouTube things and I just put this in my planner actually a couple of days ago when I switched out to a new planner. So this is where I track growth. I may track notes, subscriber counts, and things of that nature. So I just started using this. I need to fill it out. I need to take some time and sit down and fill it out. The last section I like to keep in my planner is my notes section. The notes section is just a random place for meeting notes, calls, anything that I want to capture for later. So it could be a phone call that I had. It could be a meeting that I had with one of my kids' teachers or something like that. It could be something that I'm just thinking about and need to transfer later, but I keep notes, not too many pages, but I do keep notes primarily when I'm on a call with someone. So it's just a great place where I just can jot down different things. Those are the sections that I have set up in my planner that keeps things functional and helps me to stay organized and manage my life and manage the things that I have going on in my life to include in my family's life. That is how I am currently using this planner. And I think that having these sections in the planner, the main sections, calendar, your to-dos, monthly, your schedule, your weekly, your spending, things that you know you need to stay on top of throughout the day, throughout the month, throughout the week. However, that looks for you. I think that being functional in your planner first is important and it keeps you organized. And it is just important that when we are approaching our planner, that we understand that this is a tool and it is meant to work for us and support us and not work against us or hinder us. We have so many things that we need to stay on top of as women, wives, mothers, caregivers, daughters, employees, business owners, entrepreneurs, you name it. There's so many things that we have to keep on top of. And having a planner is definitely the way that I know I have been able to do that. And also not just the planner, but then making sure the planner is functional and that it is allowing me to have what I need to support my life so that I can be my best self. So then I'm able to bring my best to others. It provides structure, it provides order, and a place where I can bring consistency with the flexibility that I need so that I know how I need to adjust and move forward in the things that God has for me. You are the biggest champion and advocate of you. And so it's important that you give yourself what you need in order to be your best self so that you can do the best that God wants you to accomplish for his glory. In 1 Corinthians and 14 and 40, it says, let all things be done in decency and in order. And so while some may look at planners as just this super aesthetic, cool thing to do and have and rave about, and while I love aesthetic planners and I love beauty, the beauty that planners can provide, but most importantly, this is about being a good steward over my life and being a good steward over the things God has assigned to me and doing those things with decency and order. And this planner helps facilitate that. It helps support that. It brings decency and order to the chaos and all of the changes and things that life can bring. So I hope that this was a video that you enjoyed and inspired you. And if you have certain sections in your planner that you find to be really functional that I did not share with you on today's video, please put it in the comments. I would love to hear what sections you were inspired by the most, or if there's some other section that you find to be functional that I didn't share. I would just love to hear how you're using your planner, what sections you have, and how it's supporting you in your life. Thanks for joining me. And until the next video, you all be blessed and have an awesome day. Bye.